This all the APIs, there is a common method, so common process to write the scripting. So going to yeah, this clear about give me 1 minute. What is Glide API? Okay, so now I will tell how to write script in Glide API side. So this Glide API, so instead of writing SQL, so first I will tell how we can write SQL query. So in to perform some database operation purpose, mostly we use this SQL queries in the DBMS. So how like there is a one table like in SQL, for example, any user information table. So all the data contains rows and columns. So in the SQL query, like we can, if we want to get some data from the table, we use the method select star. So star means, so what are the columns in the table? All the columns indicating as a star. If we want, if we want only one information, like in employee table. So in employee table, what are the attributes employee table? So in employee table, like employee ID, employee name, and employee department, employee location, employee phone, the contact address, and employee designation. So these are the I written some of the attributes for employee table. So like one of the employee ID, okay, E12, employee name ABC, employee department Dev, employee location Australia, employee phone 45 some number, and employee designation maybe manager. So this is the some information. So like in that employee table, it can store like who are working on the that company, all the people information they can store it in employee table. Now if we want to get some data from this employee table, so with help of database like SQL query, we can fetch any information from the employee table. Like if I want some information from this employee table, one of the user details. So what how we can write means select star. So star is indicating all the columns in the table. Employee ID, name, department, location, phone, designation. Instead of star, if I mentioned employee ID, so only one column will display. So here I'm using star, select star, then from, so this data from where? So this data from employee table, employee table. So employee table. So let's assume here employees are almost 1,000 employees are there here in this company. So I don't want all the 1,000 employee member details. I want to only one member like employee number 12 details. So then after this employee table, we can add one condition. So I want only employee number 12, E12 details only I want. So here where we can add condition after where class, this is the class where, so employee number is a 12. So employee number 12 is in where the column number employee ID. So where employee ID equals to E12. So might be this is a string, so we can use single quote. There is a formatting there is in the SQL, numbers, string. There is some specific format. So like this is the one statement. So once we run in that SQL side, in any SQL server, so it return this employee information, E12 information. So this is the query, simple query we are running in SQL server, MySQL server. Anywhere we run, if any table is exist, we run it display some table. So here what we did like, so this is the select is the method to get the information, and star, select is the method, star is indicating what type of columns we want. So we are indicating all the columns in the table. Okay. Then from means the next from where. So like in that company, there may be different tables, employee table, onboarding table, offboarding table, different tables they may be used. So where, from where you want to get the data. So then after we use the table name. Okay. Then there is some condition whose information you want, like employee information. Employee ID is the 12. Or else if you want to get some information about who are working in like Australia location. So there, then the scenario, I can change my condition as employee location equal to AUS. So same in ServiceNow also we can write some script. The similar way we can write where, so to store some details purpose we can use a variable where that variable name is our choice. We can use similar to the table name. So empgr. Better you can use in any glide record. Better use after variable. After variable you can use capital GR. Okay. Then equal to, so new, now we can write the glide class, new glide record, glide record. So your glide record, what we write in the glide record, this is the standard. Employee EGR, variable name, your choice. This is the glide record. This is one of the glide class here. So in this glide record, select is done, star is done, from. So from is like a glide record. So in the glide record, we can mention table name, which table information we want. So we can use employee table. Okay. So we can give employee table. So this is one line. So only up to this part is done. The second part is there where employee ID. So how we can write means, to write, to add this condition purpose, there are some other methods are there. So we can use that method with help of this glide class object. This glide record class, employee table class object is empgr. So we can dot walk with glide class object. If you struck anywhere, please ask. These are very important. So now I can dot walk to glide class empgr. Then if I put some dot in ServiceNow, they recommended all the available methods. Like we know in the previous like client side, when we write some script to made like read only mandatory. If we type g underscore form dot, like when we click the dot, we get some lot of methods are there. Same Here also we'll get some methods. Now we can write query. Here this is the query. The second part is query condition. Like we want such type of information. So here query we can write as add query, add query. So here in the condition, what is the condition? Like employee, they are looking for employee. So add query, we give the employee in the single quote, employee id, comma, the next which information we want to execute. So we can give that value, like we want e12 information. So this is the query. After this, to return to execute these statements, we can use one condition, one more object like method, emp gr dot query. So once we type this query, above statements are executed. If this condition is satisfied, like employee gr dot add query, employee id e12, this is satisfied. Like this record is exist in where employee table, query statement it can execute. Otherwise, it cannot execute. Once it execute, we can perform some operation. We want to display, or we want to hide, like we want to some update some field information, like maybe this employee 12, his location may be updated, or maybe his salary may updated. Such type of all the operations we can do. So here, like when we write any glide query, just only we can follow four steps. So first step, any glide record, first we can create a glide record object. Glide record object. So what is the glide record object here? Employee gr. So you no need to write always emp gr based on your table, like incident is there. So you can write inc capital gr. So every glide record we need one object, inc gr. Only last two letters you can use gr. These two are as a capital. Service now recommended. If you are not used these capital gr also, no problem. But service now recommended for scripting better looking purpose. They are saying sorry, you can use as the gr, and don't use global like this object name as gr, normal gr. Don't use as a gr. So service now is not recommended as the object name as gr. It can execute, but don't use. That's as a developer, this is not a best practice. So you can use as a best practice inc gr if it is the incident table. If it is problem table, prb gr. We can easily understand, okay, this is from problem table, this is from incident table. So every glide record, so first we can create one object. The second step, so here we added one condition. Might be we can add multiple conditions. Maybe employee number is the like primary value. So based on different scenario purpose, we may add multiple conditions. So build query condition. These are the query conditions. Build query conditions. Either condition or conditions. So it depends on the requirement. Maybe one condition or two condition. At least one condition is fine. The next step number 3, now we can execute this query. So what is the required? Query is the required. Query is required. So to execute above statements like one statement, two, three, four, or any number of conditions you can add. Such type of add queries. All the queries want to execute, we can use one query statement. So without that query, it cannot execute. So execute the query. The last final. So based on this, we can return some records. Process returned either single record or records. So like this is the operation. So what type of operation we want to. So after this, we use if condition. If I want to only, when we use if only one type of record, if you are expecting only one record, then we use if we are expecting multiple record, we use while. So these are the conditional statements. So if about statement is true, then it return only one record. In your requirement, it may be executed only, it return only one record, then you can use ifs. Or maybe if you are expecting it return multiple records, then you can use while. So this is the fourth step. Process returned records, either one record or multiple records. Like I will go here. If I search with test, this is the one query. If I search with test or if I search with able tutor, so one record or multiple records. So multiple records, maybe multiple are there available. Multiple records will be execute. If I search with short description as edit I9 and cell, then we'll get only one record. So based on our query, if I remove able tutor also, then it's showing only one record. So based on our query, it can execute either one record or multiple records. So once our query is executed, where is yeah, once our query is executed here, it return this number of records. So this is the standard format for writing any Glide API for scripting purpose. Give me 1 minute. Yeah. So this is the sorry, or this is the some standard format for writing any glide record that scripting part. So simple. You can remember these below steps, these 4 steps, and I'm writing some format here where incgr equal to new glide record within the single quote. We can write any one of the table name. Then next incgr dot add query. Very simple. This scripting is very simple. If you remember, if you follow these steps, is a very simple. So here also we are giving some condition. So like either one condition or multiple conditions we can give. The next incgr dot query. The next conditional, either if condition or while condition. If now here we can write incgr dot next we can use, and we can use curly braces. Now here we can what type of operation we want to do. We can perform all the CRUD operations. So here in this inside the if conditional statement, we can perform all the CRUD operations. So instead of writing these SQL statements, now we are using ServiceNow JavaScript. Clear? So we'll discuss about what type of methods, what are the, we'll discuss one by one all these APIs. So first we'll discuss about glide record. Okay. So this is the glide record. So glide record where we use means glide record we can use in server side. So glide record only we can use in server side, and this is most common and important API, and we can use regularly in our daily activity like daily scripting whenever is required. So frequently we use this glide record API. So glide record. So uh, this is a piece of small Java class. So it's a small JavaScript code. So it is running from server side. So this glide record is used to perform all the CRUD operations instead of writing SQL statements like CRUD operations, create, write, update, delete. All these operations purpose we can use glide record in server side. So in this glide record we have uh, different types of methods. So if we observe query, add query, you can remember these all the methods. I will tell you. So what are the methods we need to remember? So query, add query. I will tell one by one what purpose we use this query, add active query, add encoded query, add add inactive query, add null query, add not null query, next as next, order by descending, set limit, insert, initialize, update, to delete a record or delete multiple, update multiple, to want to get the row count, and we can choose window in between records only we want to display. So such type of methods we used in glide record. So mostly we use uh, like any glide API, any glide record script we are writing. So first we use either glide class. So glide class object. This is the format. New glide record is the glide class. So then after glide class, we'll write these glide methods. So we use add query. Regularly we use add query, and sometimes we use add encoded query and query next. Then we can perform some operations. We'll discuss all these uh, methods one by one. So where we can execute these all the methods means in ServiceNow side in platform we can use as a background script. So in real time you can use like whenever is required in business rule side, or so where we use this script means you can write this glide record in business rules, and you can use in UI actions, or you can use in scripting includes, or you can use in any integration purpose, like anywhere you can use, or any flow designer script also you can use this all the glide record methods and this glide record class. So as of now for testing purpose these methods I'm using as like a background script. So service now they are giving like one place to execute our script. Instead of in the actual place we can use as this background script. Just you can type background. So under system definition, so scripts background, if you click in the new window, so here we can execute our script. So first I will write one query, uh, like an incident table. So we observed where is the list. Yeah. So mostly we use this list view. So in incident table, so there are some cases are sorry, incidents are created priority based on the priority wise or based on the state. So we want to uh, few records which are priority records. If I click show match, so we can see this number of records almost. I can't see 21 or some number. So this number of records we can see. If I search with only in progress, we can see only few record 1, 2, 4, 6 records. So such type of operations we can execute it here. Now we'll write one script. So to write any glide record, first we need glide object. Where? So we are writing in which table? Incident table. So I can write object name as incgr equal to, then every glide class start with the word as a new, then glide, just see is a recommended service now recommended which type of uh, class you want here. So glide record. See if you observed here, this format. G is the capital letter. After glide, the next word is starting with again capital letter. You can see G capital and record secure G or S is the capital. So this is the format. Whenever the next word is in capital letter. So I am using, if you see, glide duration, glide script table input stream, so glide aggregate, glide user. I am using glide record. Then the class is incident table. Where we can find the table name? See in that URL. Just copy this name. Only incident, not underscore list, only incident. So within the single quote, we can use the table name and enter. See, if you hover over incident, you will get underlined. That means this is the correct table name. So if I change something in the table name, okay, I modified T. If I hover over cursor incident, look at here. You couldn't see that underline. So this is the way you can verify whether the table name is correct or not. See, now it's not showing anything. If I type T, then there is a below underline. That means this is the table name is correct. If we are giving the wrong table name, the query will not execute. So how to check the correct table or wrong table in the glide record? Simply hover over that table, and if you click right click, there are some multiple options: show data, show definition, find reference. If you click show definition, it redirected to table. Okay, so this is the way we can check whether the table is the valid or not. The next, we can write some query. Now incgr, if I click dot, we are getting some methods here. So we can use query, add active query, add encoded query. So as of now, we go with add query, the basic query, add query. Now add query, see, is recommended. So add query number boolean. So that glide element. The next we give that value. In the first, we can give in incident table which value you want to search. Like for example, we are looking for state. Okay, state, backend name is state. Just copy this state, paste state. Now we want uh, state is like so many in progress. Okay, yeah, on hold. Okay, so on hold 1, 2, 4, 6, 7 records. So state is on hold records we want to see. So then here after state will give the on hold backend value. So how to see that on hold backend value? Go to state and configure dictionary. And scroll down below related list. Click the choices. Now click the magnifier glass and search for incident table. In incident table, on hold backend value. Just take the on hold backend value. Now this is 3. I kept that number 3. Okay, then next, so I want only this condition, I want only, so which are the incident states are on hold. So those information we want to execute. See, now then condition is done, then we can query, execute the query. So that purpose, object dot query, query, then either single or multiple. I want to do just I want to see the count only. So I'm using if condition. If object dot next, here I'm adding some count. So get row count. So GS is the log messages to check or to track the script where is executing, which line is not executing. For tracking purpose, we can use gs dot info. Like in client side, how we use alert, same in server side, we can use gs dot info. So console dot log, how we are using in other scripting, like here also we can use, but mostly you can use gs dot info. So gs dot info incident on hold count equal to plus incgr dot get row count. So this is the object, sorry, method to get the count information. Get row count. So get row count is used to find the count. So it can count based on above statement. We'll see. So in background script sometimes, so once we click the run script button, sometimes after execution there is what we are typing here, this script may be sometimes it may be cleared. So better you can copy your script, then click the run script. Now it return incident on hold count. So this is I mentioned here, the count is written 7. So same thing I can execute here in incident table, show match with on hold. How many records are displayed here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So this is the some basic query executing, how we are executing. Now here I want add one more query. So like all are active true. Yeah, active true. I want to see, so database category is the database. So how can I add that condition? So along with state is on hold, and so if I write one more condition here, this is treat as and condition. Incident having state is 3, and here query is, so I am looking for which value, category. So category backend name, category, and category value. So which category information I want to display? Database. Can I type database directly? No. So maybe sorry, maybe the database name is different in the backend. So how to see that backend name? Right click, Just now I told configure choices. Now here I will show. Sorry, configure dictionary we know very well. Now I will show configure choices or show choice list. So these number of categories are there. So here, so we are looking for incident. Okay, incident table category and label is database. Database label value. That this is a value is the backend name. What is the backend database? So we can copy the database backend name and we can put it here. So now is checking incident table, state is on hold and category is database. So category is database. So if any record is exist based on these two conditions, state is on hold and categories database, any record is exist, it can display that record count. So I can save and run script. Now here you can see this is not written the exact count. So whenever we are getting such this type of message, that means there is a error in the script. So whenever any error, you don't worry, just read the error line. So script execution is error. What is the error? Script identifier, null script, error description. Database. See, database is written in some codes. It's not defined. It's not defined. So we need to define this database. See, ServiceNow recommended in which line is the error? Line number 3. In the line number 3, database declaration is wrong. Okay. So whenever you are writing or executing some script, might be you will get some errors. How to debug your errors? You can see in the background script, it can tell where is the error. Now we'll go and correct that error. Database is in single quote. Okay, we'll see. Put open. Now is executed. Incident on hold count is 1. Yes, correct. If I show match with the database, I can see only one record. If I want this incident number here, I want to display this incident number. So I can use, I don't want to this count. I want to that number. So incident number I want. So we can use that object. Once we put dot, we'll get some options here. So number is a number. I want to see incident one, incident 00007 information. So I can type dot number. Okay. Previous we got here one. Now we'll see what is the outcome. Now it returned that incident number. So in this conditional statement, what type of operation you want, you can do. So if I want to update some information, which record, this record I opened here. Okay. So I want to update some case field table. U case field. Okay. As of now, this is empty. Now I want update some information in this incident gr. So I can use incgr dot. Now that field name, what is the field? Case field. Case field, the field backend name. So I'm typing, this is test. It written. Now we want to update here this record. We use incgr dot update. If I click the run script. Now here it written some inserted, some updated, some information. So it is showing incident on hold is number. Record was assigned complete 7 times execution responder. Uh, so there is a update is done on this table. Sorry, on this in record. So we'll go and see where. Look at this is symbol is indicating some change in this form. Previous is not there. Before refresh, once I refresh, this symbol will go activate symbol. So something is updated. This is the symbol is indicating in this form. So we updating this case field from where? By using the background script. If I refresh, the symbol will go blue color symbol. Remember, okay. If I refresh, whatever anything, this case field is said that this is the test. We are updated from the background script. Okay. Yeah. So this is the way we can do all the operations. So we have a lot of operations. We'll discuss one by one all the operations and we'll execute more number of some practical exam.